Appreciate y'all being here today. Obviously it was a tough game Saturday night. Our kids played hard. We didn't execute like we need to win the game, but I thought our kids played hard, and we have grown tremendously as a football team since last year. There's no question about that. We still got a lot of work to do here, but excited about getting back on the grass. Excited about practicing. I think myself and our team, we're excited about going out and having a chance to get better. And anytime you lose, I think you want to respond and come back with a vengeance. I think our kids did that. We had a really good practice yesterday. We had a good practice last Tuesday too. So I think the key for us is, can we put two in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday together, that with the caliber we need to, with the right focus and attention and detail. So we're excited about the opportunity to go play a really good Gardner-Webb football team. They've improved tremendously on offense. They're a gun. You could call them a gun option team. Quarterback can run and throw. The running back's a good player. Those are the two leading rushers. They do a nice job. They've hit more big plays this year, throwing the ball down the field. The kids made some long runs. So they've improved tremendously from a year ago. For you guys that were here to watch them at our place, they've improved tremendously on offense. Defensively, they lost, I believe, 9 of 11 or 8 of 11 starters. They were really, really, really good on defense last year. They're still good. They just had a lot of upperclassmen a year ago. Their scheme is they do a great job coaching their kids in their scheme, of what they do, and they get them to understand how they're doing it. So it's going to be a great challenge for us to go on the road, play a really good Gardner-Webb football team that understands what they're doing on both sides of the ball and special teams, to give their kids a chance to be successful. So going to be a great challenge for us, but we're extremely excited about getting back out and playing the game and working on executing better and doing the things we do the best of our ability. So we're excited about the opportunity.
Last year, once you got into conference play, that's kind of when the attrition started, where the lack of depth started to show. And you just got done saying that you've grown tremendously since last year. Can you kind of compare and contrast where the team is now with a lot closer to being the scholarship limit as opposed to last year at this time?
Well, we're still a good ways away from that scholarship limit. We're just way better than we were a year ago. The bottom line is, the way I look at this, when I turn the tape on and I watch Liberty versus KSU of 2015, and then I turn on the tape and I watch Liberty versus KSU in 16, it's completely different. It's not even remotely close, in my opinion. So we've made a ton of improvement. Here's the difference. And to our kids' credit, on this football team, we have garnered enough respect that everybody we play, starting with Liberty from here on out, will show up with their A game to play us. And you can take that however you want. I take it as a positive. But as I told our kids on Monday, with that positive comes a lot of responsibility. We have to show up with our A game every week. We're not an unknown entity. I think people have respected us enough to get ready to play. I know Liberty did, and did a very good job of it. So I think when you look at the 2 years, I mean, we always get to look at last year's game now before we play, because we're in the conference play. So we get a great reference point of where we are and how far we've come, and we've made a ton of progress. I mean, guys, it was our 17th game in the history of the program. We went toe-to-toe with, by far, the best athletes in this league. Ain't no question about it. And on that given Saturday night, they played as good as anybody we've played. By far. And I think if you went and asked our guys, they would tell you that. So though we didn't win, and we want to win, and that is where the bar is set, we've made a ton of improvement. Now, what do we do when things don't go the way we want them? How do we respond? How do we continue to grow as a program and get better? I think that's where we are now, going into the Gardner-Webb game. And as far as the way the season finished last year and finished this year, it's a different football team. I can't tell you what's going to happen from here on out, but I can tell you this: we are a different football team. And we hope, and that's what we're shooting for, that'll show up in the W column and L column the way we want it to. But we're a different football team regardless of where we were a year ago.
Well, when you say that you watched last year and then go back and see this year, and can you give just a couple of specific examples of what it is that you're talking about?
When you turn the tape on offensively, I'm not sure you could tell what play we're running half the time. I'll be honest with you, last year. Zay, you watched the tape. I mean, we're all over the place. Missed assignments everywhere. We don't know what we're doing, checking plays. Have people going one way, have people going the other way. Defensively, we got caught, with our pants down for about a quarter, and they took us to the woodshed a year ago. And a lot of that was from assignment orient, just, it's the game. It's the game. And so we were much sounder in what we did and how we went about our business this year. But when you're playing good folks and they're playing at their best, that didn't turn the ball over, converted a lot of third downs, got us off the field on third down, won a kicking game, you can't do that. So it's hard to point out one thing, John, but, man, it is like polar opposite. Just from guys going to the right people, doing the right things, playing with what we call our effort, attitude, and toughness. It's very much different, than a year ago. We obviously didn't play up to our standard Saturday night, but when you compare it to last year, it still was way better. And the games were different. I mean, the score looks the same, but the 1 year ago got away from us now. I mean, second quarter got away from us. This one, we were in the game the whole night. You know what I mean? We just made too many mistakes. So, anyways, that's kind of it was very obvious when you watch it. It was very obvious. That's about as close as I can get as far as examples, John.
You talk about how another road win this week would be big for you guys, not just for bouncing back from the loss, but also as you're trying to build a program. You talked about how, last week was game number 17,
Yeah.
game 18,
Yeah.
and be the fourth road win program.
Yeah. Yeah, I think obviously being on the road to win would be huge, but I think for us right now, it wouldn't matter if we're playing over in the parking lot. We need to go win the ball game. Doesn't matter where it's at, home, away. And I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but we need to get ready to go play our best football game and find a way to win. And that's really, I think that is the most important thing right now, regardless of where it's at. Obviously, winning on the road, winning anywhere is big. But I think just find a way to go play our best game. And I think when you grow a program, how do you respond after things don't go your way? How do you respond after you have a loss? I think that's from a growth standpoint, that's huge for us right now, to respond to that. And our kids did yesterday. And I'm going to tell you it's tough now because there's a lot of energy and emotion put into this game. And I think that's the challenge for our football team is to reload. We got to find a way to dig down and get that energy cranked back up for Saturday. I think that's maybe the biggest challenge of the week.
Injury updates?
Micah Reed's still out. Sumter will be out Saturday as well. Those are the two that are out. There's a bunch of guys banged up, but we hope to get everybody back. But those two won't play Saturday.
Last week you had said you pulled everybody aside. Yeah, I got to know Trey a little bit. He seems like he's he's one of those ultra competitive people. That's why he throws his body around out on the field. I mean, is he like chomping at the bit?
Absolutely. 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 He's not in my ear because he knows that's not the way to go. But, yes, absolutely. Without any doubt, he's chomping at the bit. I think that's an understatement. And I understand that completely. Completely.
How do you help him channel that to where, obviously he's down there with signals and all that, and he's cheering everybody up on the sidelines. But, I mean, how do you channel that extra energy? Because he's always kind of been that, Energizer Bunny kind of a guy to help you guys out, not only in preparation but on game day.
Well, I mean, I think what he's doing is what he's got to do. You know, he's got to get ready to play. That's always the hardest thing when you're not the starter. You got to get ready to play, and you may not play, and you may play. And the game could be on the line, and your number could be called. And if you're not ready, you lose the moment. And so I think that's always a challenging thing especially for a quarterback who's not starting. It's always been that deal for both those guys. I think that's a challenge for them to be ready at any moment. And he's done a great job with it. I know he's chomping at the bit. I know Trey White very well, and so he just got to keep doing what he's doing to get ready to go. And we're going to continue to do the things. There's some areas we got to get better in offensively, and that may make it necessary to use some personnel and do some different things to help us in certain areas of the game that we got to get better at.